So once you've installed your update, what have you gotten out of it? The Amber update includes some significant updates, especially for, oh, well, for different types of phones, and it depends upon what carrier you're at. Now, this is for Verizon, but one of the most anticipated updates has been the release of data sense for other carriers like AT&T. Verizon people have been using this a lot to be able to monitor and limit your data. And the rumor is, I don't have an AT&T phone, but supposedly data sense is now going to be available. You simply go in here, set your limits on how much your usage is and everything, and what day of the month it resets, and you can set that. You can also, by the way, look at what's using up all your information and everything, how you're going to be using that data. So data sense is a very nice application to have. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is after data sense is we're going to go in here and take a look at the new radio application. So what that is that they had radio in Windows 7, but they took it out. So we're going to look at FM radio. And you notice it's not listed here on your list of applications. So how would you get it? Well, it's hidden away. It's over there in the Xbox Music. So if we go back over here, we go to Music, and we say, okay, list here, and oh, it's supposed to be right there. However, you'll not find it anywhere inside here because this is a 928. It does not have FM hardware. It'll be listed right here underneath the store normally. But and I updated 822, and guess what? 822 does have it right below the store. It has FM radio, so you can go ahead and do that. So there's nothing in here about we can search all you want. You can do it if you have a 928. You don't have it. I'm not sure about the 920, but take a look and make sure, because you can now listen to FM broadcast directly without having to go over the internet. So you just listen to your normal favorite radio station. The next thing you're going to want to check is your camera, because there's been improvements to the camera, especially in light of the new 1020 that's come out and has the 41 megapixel camera. There's been some improvements. Now if you go right directly to the camera and you search around at the camera application at different settings, you can go play around with all the different ones you want. You won't find anything new here. If you go to video settings, for example, and you press on that and you look at some of the different features, there's nothing there. You'll see all the choices are exactly the same. So if you go back and you take a look at the photo settings, you'll find out the same thing. There's no difference here in the photo settings as well. It's basically the same information. What you have to do is you have to go back and look at under the application menu to find the changes, the main change that you're going to find here with the camera. So if you go here into your system, you'll see that there's no settings there. What you have to do is you have to go to your application menu, which you have to access that by swiping to the left, and you'll see all the different applications. Now there's a whole bunch of different things that you can set in here. You notice that there's certain default stuff and everything, background tasks, games and all that, and messaging, music and video, office settings, all the specialized settings for an application. However, if you scroll down, you'll find photo and camera. Now again, here you see how it has a new feature called pressing the camera button opens, and you can select which one. Now right now I only have the camera built in, but if you have a list of camera enabled applications, you simply choose that one you want and it'll go ahead and use that and launch that by default. So you can change the way you don't have to go run the application first. You just hit the button and it goes ahead and launches the correct application. So I was looking around at different things to doing the phone, and one of the features I found in the new update that wasn't listed on any of the blogs I saw, and it may be because it's a Verizon only specific. You'll have to check your phone if you have an AT&T or Sprint, whatever phone you have and everything, if you got the Amber update. I was reviewing all the different things, and I may not have found them all yet, but what I did find is while I was scrolling down this list to go look at some of the other features and everything, I happened to hit upon the very end of the list, and now at the end it was this new entry, and at the very bottom it had this entry called Call and SMS Filter. Well, that was very interesting, so I went and clicked on that, and sure enough, oh, by the way, it'll give you this warning about they're going to be monitoring your information. So if you're worried about that kind of stuff that's been in the news, you don't want them monitoring your stuff, then don't do it. But I accepted this because I don't really care. And guess what? It's exactly what I was hoping it was. It allows you to block SMS messages, and it blocks numbers. So you can go in here and turn on these features to block withheld numbers, notifications off, do all that. Well, what's really interesting is that you can go here, block numbers. Now, I get spam numbers all the time, and it's not any setting here. You'll notice up at the top it says no block numbers. That's because you do it right from your call history. So the last new item I want to talk about is the storage check, and you could do somewhat of this before, but and as this goes through, it checks your storage and everything, tells you how much everything's being used. But there is a little more information on the other page about that. So you'd always go over here to the detail page and find out exactly what. Now, if you notice here, there's details about what app does what, maps, temporary files, 11 gigabyte temporary files. I can clear those temporary files, and you'll see down here there's different phone, different other ones here, including other and a couple other things. But it gives you a little more information about what's going on with your phone. Small improvement, but one that gives you a little more information about how that memory in your phone is being used. So that's just some of the updates that you can find on your new Windows phone with the Amber update that was just released. There's also some bug fixes and some other usability as well. So just play around with your phone and enjoy with your new Amber update from Windows.